Well, what's going on, everyone? So I'm still basking in the glory of being able to finally drive the Camaro. Enough that I'm actually out here tonight. A little tired after work and everything, but I'm going to try and get something done. And the small little project that I found is the little cover I'm going to make over the big hole I cut in for the shifter. So it ended up being bigger because I used one shifter and it ended up being a pile of junk. And so the other shifter worked out better, but the result was a big hole. But I don't mind it because if I ever need to pull the linkage off or whatever, I can do it super easy. So I'm just going to make a bolt-on cover to cover that up because, yeah, driving it, I was getting a lot of engine heat between the holes in the floor that I still need to patch and that cover and everything else. So to keep my eyes from burning and dust from blowing in and the heat out of this thing, I'm going to make a little cover or start patching up this floor anyway. So let's take a look. So first thing, I just barely had this seat bolted in there, and it's quite pristine. Uh, so yeah, I got to pull that out. But this is the hack job I did on the for the shifter. But I'm just gonna make a nice little fill piece that covers that all up. It'll bolt on. I'll put some nut inserts and everything. But yeah, it'll make it to where it's super easy to get into that shifter if I need to. Again, this is kind of a little bit of my Jeeping technology. We just try and make everything easy access for trail repair and stuff, and it seems to be finding its way into the car. So let's see what we can come up with here. So kind of what I'm thinking is I'm going to go ahead and this whole top part here, I'm going to weld something in solid and just leave enough opening for this to have enough room to shift, but I want to tighten it up as much as I can, and I'll probably end up having a little rubber boot over that. And I'll go to here and just leave a little bit of a slot, so if I want to remove this, it can, when I take this cover off, it'll allow that all to come out of there. And then this whole part here I'll clean up, and I'm going to make a little bolt-on cover to fit that. So yeah, let's start on this top part real quick. Alright, so I made this little cardboard template, and it's gonna sit right in here like so. And yeah, and then the other piece down the side will butt into that. So I'm gonna cut this out, clean this up, and go ahead and weld that in. It's got about the right, I don't know, throw for the shifter and everything. Nothing hits. It's got plenty of clearance, but yet it's not a huge hole that I can't put a little rubber on there to seal it up. So I'm going to transfer this onto some sheet metal and get it cut out. Alrighty, I got the tunnel kind of cleaned up, and I got my little filler piece that's going to sit right in there, kind of like that. And I'll get that welded in and move to the next section. There it is. Did just a little grinding on it and everything, but looks like we clear everything, and then yeah, that'll work there. And then now I gotta cover this big hole here and incorporate it into where it bolts into this and up in here somewhere and finishes off that little circle. So let's figure something out there. Well, I'm kind of getting this piece roughed out. So this shifter, that bolt right there is sticking out a little bit further than this. So I had to make a little bubble in this piece to give me clearance there. And the way I did that was, we gotta go all the way to the back of the shop. And the old Plymouth actually lent me a hand tonight. So there's a little circle right there, and all I did, I just laid this guy down flat where I needed it, and just took this little tiny ball peen hammer and just started beating around and kind of spinning around, and just gave me the little dimple I needed to clear that bolt. So nothing fancy, but again, doesn't really take a lot of special tools to get the job done. And this will all be bed lined and everything, so nobody will ever know. Well, we're getting a little closer. I don't know, I'm about out of time for tonight, but at least I got a little rough start on this thing. I should be able to button this up tomorrow. but I'm going to make it to where it's pretty much flush mount, and I'll just tack some little tabs on the back, and I'll make a couple little screws that'll I'll put some nut inserts in them, and that way this thing can just pop right out of there, and yeah, it should be pretty well flush fit and everything, and allow easy access to the transmission. I still got to finish up a little bit down here, and yeah, I'm kind of going to leave this loose until I do this whole floor pan. Everything in this front pan is rusted, so I got to get that in order to finish this. So one project leads into another. So, but as of tonight, that's about it, and thanks for watching. Well, we got a little bit done tonight. We're a little bit closer. Each little bit, you just got to keep chipping away. But yeah, we'll start getting this floor sealed up and everything, get the fumes and smoke and everything out of the cab. But as you can tell, we definitely have some ventilation in this roof. A lot of you guys have commented on it, and it's definitely Swiss cheese. This was a vinyl top car, so that's in the works. But I'm not going to touch the body on this till probably this fall. So this summer, I just want to drive it, do all the little tinkering I can throughout the summer, and just kind of play with this thing a little bit. So that's kind of been the laugh and joke of this thing. It's just so roached out and everything, but I don't know. I like it, and it seems like a lot of people are kind of digging this build. So it is the bare bones grassroots budget build of this car. Other than the initial buy-in, I might have about $1,200 that I put into this thing, and it's just junk I've had laying around and swap meet stuff, and I had to put new brakes on it and a new radiator and stuff. But I've had to put very little money to get this basically abandoned car out of the woods in my shop and running and driving. So kind of the whole point of what I'm trying to prove with this. I mean, we all try and build for car shows, and it's like, well, build for yourself and build for fun. So I'm definitely going to have some fun with this thing. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. The comments are awesome. Yesterday, the test drive on this and stuff, you guys definitely were just a huge part of this. It's really good to see the comments and to feel a little bit of support in this, because it's pretty hack, but I don't know. It's realistic though. So, but yeah, thanks again, and we'll see you guys on the next go.